Oh, dear God. Oh, man. Still getting over some chest pains. A lot of chest pains. I threw my bottle of Propel at my wall 4 times with the last, 6 minutes of that game. Jesus Christ. A win's a win's a win, though. Sixers defeat the Thunder, finally. We finally beat them. 19-game losing streak. Haven't defeated them since 2008. What happened in 2008? Phillies won the World Series. That's really the only thing I can think that really sticks out of my mind, but good God. A lot of miscues. Came out firing, though. Sixers had a fire lit up under their ass. They were running a great offense, running, gunning. They had them on their heels, OKC. They didn't know what hit them. Billy Donovan, great coach, great defensive coach. Simmons gets another triple-double. Struggled at the line offensively. I think he was 1 for 4. Almost gave the game away there at the end, too. Was a little afraid with 32 seconds left. Threw away the ball. Very bad decision by Simmons. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite us in the ass. He got a key offensive rebound there towards the end of the game. Jimmy, too. I don't know what is going on with Jimmy, but Brett needs to get out of his ear and let him play his game. Because there was at least 5 times I counted where he took the ball to the rack, beat his defender, and had an easy layup, and he decided to pass it out. Awful decisions, I think, by Jimmy. They need to just let him be him, become the player that he has been, be a closer, a finisher, a guy that can take people off the dribble. Tobias Harris was amazing tonight. Absolutely amazing. Big key reason why we won this game. 32 points for the big fella. That's why I think it's so crucial that we re-sign him, especially this offseason. Don't know why Amir Johnson got 14 minutes tonight. Love Amir. You know, he's grit, grind. He did okay against Steven Adams. I still want to see a bigger body on him. Like a Justin Patton. Justin Patton should have got more playing time tonight. Not sure why Brett decided to go with smaller lineup. But even Bolden was playing really good tonight. Started off well. He was cutting to the basket. A lot of backdoor. Beating Steven Adams around the basket. He got a lot of offensive rebounds for them tonight, so that's why I think Justin Patton's length would have bothered him a lot more than Bolden, but Bolden was cooking him. You kind of trying to drag him away from the middle so you could get down your points down in the paint. Bolden was 2 from 2 from downtown, which was awesome. I thought he was playing really well, and then they took him out. And then same with Tobias Harris. He went on a 8-0 run by himself, and Brett stopped going to him. I think they should have kept feeding him the basketball. But overall, the Sixers moved the ball really well, played suspect defense. Thunder got back into the game with their stingy defense. I really miss Jeremy Grant. I honestly wish we never traded him away to OKC in the first place for Ilyasova. I think he could have been a nice piece to the process, as you can see what he's become. He's shooting 40% from downtown. He killed us tonight. He had 23 points. His length and his athleticism would fit in nicely with this team. Unfortunately not. We traded him away. Thank you, Brian Colangelo, for doing that, you schmuck. You know, his length, athleticism, he can defend multiple positions. He's really improved his game since he left here with the Sixers. Still wish he was on this team, but he's nice. And I finally saw who complains more than LeBron James in basketball. I cannot stand Russell Westbrook. He's the whiniest player in the NBA. He far exceeds LeBron's bitchiness. I mean, good God, every time he drives to the freaking basket, he thinks he gets fouled. He's a crybaby. Jesus, look at my hair. But biggest crybaby. That last foul towards the end where he stumbled over his own feet was bullshit. Wasn't a foul. Whatever. Got them back in the game, too. But I think it was key after Ben did have that turnover that Brett called the timeout to get the inbounds play after the Mike Evans inbound. I think it was cool to get the kids all calmed down. But Brett, Jesus Christ. Ben has to hold that ball. Okay? I know you don't want to get fouled because you're a horrific free throw shooter, and biggest part of his game I think he needs to work on in the offseason. Uh, it, it is so weird the way he holds the ball. Like, it just sits on his palm. Like, let it come off your fingers, and the way he holds the guide hand, it's all wrong. But you got to hold that ball, let them foul you. If you make them, you don't. Whatever. It is what it is. But you cannot throw that ball for them to be able to get an easy transition basket. Able to came away with that win without the big guy. They didn't have Paul George, so we get a little bit of redemption when they beat us back in January at home where he shot that three right in our face. Good to finally beat them, though. I'm not a big fan of Thunder. I don't think they're that good. I think Paul George is way better than Russell Westbrook. He's the team that makes that engine go. How can one be? I don't know, man. I think free throws are one of the easiest shots in basketball. There is no defenders in your face, no stress. I mean, when I played ball, I had no issues. So I don't know why it's such a problem, but just for him shooting overall is just an issue. I gotta put my hat back on. This shit's distracting me. But that should be the biggest part of his game that he works on. Because other than that, he was pretty good. He made a lot of great defensive plays tonight. I thought rebounding, he was outstanding. Had a couple key steals, nice passes. I was watching his senior nail like 15. I think that's free throws on YouTube. That's awesome. That's what Ben needs to do. He needs to get up there and just keep firing. Sometimes his shot looks so clean, and other times he had a hitch in one of his free throws tonight. Ben needs to go to work with actual shooting coach. I agree. I think he should work with T-Mac. What up, Eric? I'm chilling, man. Stressed after watching that game. I threw my Propel bottle at my wall 4 times watching that. Like, we went on, 4 times we went on a drought to where it was like 4 minutes we didn't score. They went on a 9-0 run, 8-0 run. It was like the offense was stagnant. He should have kept Bolden in there for a lot longer. They should have kept Amir in there a lot less, and we should have saw some Justin Patton tonight. And Butler was pissing me off tonight, too, more so than anybody on the team. He beat his defender at least 4 or 5 times, and you had the easy bucket. Don't freaking kick it out all the way to the three-point line. What are you doing? Take the easy baskets that you've earned. You broke down the defense. You beat your defender. Just get the buckets. There was a lot of good ball movement tonight. I was happy the way the Sixers moved the ball around. They slowed down that defense. They had the Thunder on their heels in the first 2 quarters. And then in the second half, we decided to go to a half-court offense. He passes up threes. I don't know. The first half, he was a little lackadaisical. He was shooting one-handed, one-foot jumpers, floaters. He had a couple nice moves. He had that nice spin move, and I thought he was going to go up for the layup or the dunk, and then he kicks it out to Mike Scott. I'm like, what are you doing? Just take the basket. But that is Brett Brown in his ear telling him to pass more so than take over. You got to let Jimmy be Jimmy. Brett Brown does not know how to coach a player like Jimmy, I don't think. He's a closer. He's a finisher. He's an ISO player. Just let him do his thing. Okay? Pass it once in a while, but just take the game over. But Tobias Harris was an absolute monster. He's the whole reason we won tonight. His key performances, especially in the fourth quarter where he went on that run all by himself, they should have kept feeding him the basketball instead of screwing up the offense. Earlier, he had 15 points. They took him out. He ended up going into the halftime with 19. Okay, that means he only got 4 points from that standpoint from the earlier in the game. You got to keep feeding him the basketball when he's hot like that. And then towards the end of the game, same thing happened. They went to him. He hit that 3 right in Steven Adams' face. Dope. They should have just kept going to him. Yeah, me too, especially now that the Warriors just lost back-to-back games to the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're in a funk. And I hope that funk continues on over when they come up to Philly on Saturday and we get Embiid back. And Yeah, Justin Patton better get some damn playing time. That's all I'm saying. We finally got the kid up here. Let's see what we have in him. Bolden played some good minutes tonight, though. So I like the move by Brett. I'm going to the game Tuesday. I really hope Embiid plays. You're not going to the game Saturday? So, that's going to be a great matchup again. We were out there in Golden State. We defeated them on their home court. Let's not let them return the favor. But we beat OKC. It was ugly at times, but we need to learn how to shut out in the second half. Continue with the game plan that's working. They weren't making adjustments, and they're a very good defensive team. Let's not get anything twisted. They were able to lock us down and get us into a funk, because I think we screwed ourselves. If we would have kept running and gunning, they couldn't have stopped us. We had such a free-flowing offense in the first quarter. We dropped 37 points. They didn't know what to do. Billy Donovan was making adjustments left and right, and they couldn't stop us. Then we go to a half-court offense, like, okay, let's shoot ourselves in the foot and let them catch up and know our game plan. That was killing me. But I do like that Brett Brown took a timeout right at the end of the game to inbound the ball to JJ. I still would have liked to seen possibly a double screen to get somebody else free. But, of course, you want your best free throw shooter at the line, but they know that. Thank God Schroeder wasn't able to get ahead of that pass. Ben with the pinpoint pass in the inbound. So it all worked out for the best. And I love seeing and beating Westbrook on his home court. Because, man, does he whine. Him and LeBron should be on the same team. Honestly. Biggest crybabies in the NBA. Cocky shit. Big matchup, though. I can't wait for Saturday's game. And this was a huge win because Indiana lost. Celtics are on a 4-game slide due to Portland. Man, that was a good game last night. They are cooking. Yeah, we had a 19-game losing streak going against OKC. We haven't beat them since 2008. It's pathetic. Really sucks. But we were able to get that win, so let's go back in time. That's when the Phillies up there won the World Series, 2008. Very long time, 11 years standing. We could not beat them. Huh? Oh, no. 19-game losing streak that we haven't beat them. I think it was in OKC. Oh, dude, Tobias is definitely legit. You pay him like we paid Harper today. 188 mil. Done. The guy, and it just goes to show you, because he barely had any plays called for him today. And he just got that all off of, he can work off the ball. You can work him in with some plays. He's a fun scorer to watch. I mean, maybe he can be a legend. I think he was decent tonight. I don't think he was outstanding. We were horrible from the free throw line tonight. 63%. We missed 7 free throws. That could have been key. Going down. Yeah, I know he does. Brett Brown needs to draw up more plays for Jimmy, honestly. Tobias is okay. He's going to get his. He's going to get his buckets, and we don't have to worry about nada. Jimmy, on the other hand, I feel like he has to incorporate more into the offense. Because, look, the past couple games, Tobias has gotten like 29, 32, and they're not quiet. He was a huge win tonight. Yeah, he went on a 10-0 run by himself. And they should have continued to feed him after the fact. When they're flowing like that, I do like that he started Bolden tonight because of his quickness and his ability to stretch the floor. You're going to pull Steven Adams out, and he's not comfortable guarding a three-point line. I see he's just playing one game without any coaching at all at the point guard. Oh, hell no. That kind of happens anyway. You know, Brett, there was so much high pick-and-roll dribble handoffs at the top of the key towards the end when we started going on those droughts and nobody was really moving. The offense got real stagnant. But I really wish we could have had Jeremy Grant back just to see his development and what he's become. He would be such a great piece on this team. I mean, I'm surprised he even got his shot up to 39% from behind the arc. When he was here, he was an awful shooter. Awful. Yeah, exactly. Thank God we have him. And Butler was good, too. If he would have just taken his shots, him and TJ do that a lot. They'll break down the defense, and they'll look to pass first. Not so much Jimmy now, just because Brett's in his ear, but TJ does it a lot where he'll break down the defense. Instead of taking the shot, he passes it. Just take the shot if you got the open lane. It's right there. Never give up easy points. Never. So, Brett's just got to back off a little bit with Jimmy. I just feel like he doesn't know how to handle Jimmy all so much. So just let him get his. He was a closer. Look at how well he broke down the defense with penetrating tonight. Killed it. His jumper's been off, though. Way off. We were able to hit 12 threes tonight. We were evenly matched with the Thunder pretty much in almost every category. Fast break points, rebounds, offensive rebounds. We beat them in threes. We beat them by 4. We both shot around 43%, which is crap. We were decent from behind the arc. We shot 38%, but assists 33. Great ball movement to break down that defense. I love to see the run and gun offense, though. We got to start like that all the time, but they outscored us in the third and fourth quarter. We cannot have that. We got to continue to keep the freaking pedal to the metal and just keep going. Keep that offense. Jam it down their throat till they can't catch up. I want to blow a team out. I don't like these nail biters. I don't like losing my voice and putting holes in my wall. Yeah, they're on a slump, and I love it. And that's why this game was so key tonight, and especially without our best player. We haven't had Embiid in a week, and this was a big win on the road. So we're 16-14, I believe, on the road, and we've got a phenomenal record against the West this year. I want to say we're, what are we, 20-5? Somewhere around there, but we have a great record against the West. And it's going to continue again on Saturday when we get Embiid back. And we keep playing like we did earlier in the first half of this game against the Warriors. And they're in a funk. They're going to come in firing, though, because they lost to 2 really shitty Florida teams. I mean, the way they lost to the Heat is just pure luck with Dwayne Wade fumbling that ball around and just chucking it up. And I don't know how they lost against the Magic tonight, but I know they were defeated in Orlando, which is insane. I don't know if they're just, like, taking a little bit off, taking a night off because they're cool. I don't know if they really care about that first seed. But Denver's really playing great ball, too. So we're going to need that win. Boston lost. Indiana lost. So we might be tied for third, I think. I don't think we're going to catch Toronto or Milwaukee. So if we can maintain that third seed and just pray for a lot of luck that Toronto starts losing, but I think they're the deepest team in the East. Their bench, they're just an overall great team. Great team. They got it. Some of their bench is better than some starting fives out there. Yeah, that's going to be a really good game. 8:30. It's the game last game I go to see before I go down to spring training. I don't know why Patton didn't play. I was pissed. I mean, I like Amir, but he shouldn't be getting 14 minutes. Do you think Tobias should be at least closer instead of Jimmy, at least for now? If he's hot like he was tonight, definitely give him the ball. He can take the ball up just as good as Jimmy or Simmons can. He's a great free throw shooter, 88%. He's prolific from behind the arc. He can take you off the dribble, take you on the post. So if he's cooking like he was tonight, give him the damn ball. I'm cool with either or. It's hard. That's a lot to ask of Jimmy when he's not really incorporating the offense. You go away from him and you tell him to pass first, and then you expect him to close the game. Like, it don't work like that. So, yeah, in that situation, whoever's hot, got the hot hand, give him the damn ball. And in this case, it should have been Tobias. That's so complex, that guy. I don't know, more or less it's that or he's ostracized by the team, but they're asking him to change his style of play. That's tough for anybody. You know, when you got all this, like a great starting five like we do, like JJ was off tonight. He hit some big threes and was able to close the game out with his free throw shoot, with his free throw shooting. But you got to change your style of play. Every team he's played for, he's been the guy. He's been the main guy. He hasn't really had to share the ball. In Chicago, young team, he was always the closer, the top star. And then he goes to Minnesota. He's working with the young kids in KAT and Wiggins. But again, he's the lead guy trying to take the team and getting the most touches. Now you come here and you got to spread the ball with Simmons, who's a ball-dominant point guard. Then you got Tobias, who's got to get his. Embiid's got to get his touches down on the block. So it's a bit to alter your game. It's going to take some time to kind of get his chemistry working with our style of play and the way Brett coaches. Ooh, that's tough to say, man. I would definitely say that the Eagles would have to be last. Just because they're in a little, not in a rebuild mode, but they have a lot of holes to fill. So between them and the Phillies, I still have to say the Sixers, just because they're a lot closer. Baseball, I mean, getting Harper was freaking huge, dude. Awesome. Awesome signing. I'm still worried about that pitching staff, though. So I think the Sixers are a little more farther along. But you look at every team now the Sixers have, they all have superstars. Bryce, Embiid, Wentz. I don't care about hockey, so I don't know. Brett Love stroking his beard in the post game makes me think of more than you think. Feeling J.K. had a bounce back here. Better hope so. We're going to need him. Yeah, Brett's, when he does his post game, he likes to say a lot of words that make no sense. A lot of articulate words that I think he makes words up, kind of like President Bush used to. Make himself sound smart, but it's a lot of jibber-jabber. Plus, mixed in with that Australian Boston accent or New England accent, it's like, what the hell is this guy saying? I don't know what the hell he's saying at the time. You ask him a question, and it's so derivative of what the hell he's even talking about. It's like out of left field. Yeah, Embiid will definitely be back for the Warriors game. How can anyone be done with Brett? We had no center tonight and still won. Yeah, it was ugly, though. Is that Nitro Freak? Is that what that said? I mean, Bolden had a good game, but Patton should have played. It was a lot of key mistakes. We should have won by a lot more. Brett is the worst. I can't stand him. He never makes adjustments or stops running. No, he doesn't. And he doesn't call timeouts. Not pretty with Amir and Bolden. I'll take it. Now, Amir should have got like 6 to 8 minutes. Patton should have got some more minutes. He should have got minutes, period. I don't know why you don't put... The kid's finally up here. Let's see what we got in him. You know, like, he's got length. He can stretch the floor. He's got a 14 to 18-foot jumper. He's a shot blocker, which you don't have in Bolden or Amir Johnson. Amir Johnson's 6'9" on a good day. And you're putting up against 7-foot, shit brick house and Steven Adams. What's up about this screaming? The computer. What was that, bros? Can you put that up again? I missed it. Which coach out there deserves the job? A monkey could coach this team. I forgot Byron Scott don't have a team. Bring his ass. Another nail biter. I can't stand Brett Brown. We will. Just talking to the guys in here saying, yep, huge signing by the Phils today. Awesome. Awesome signing. I can't wait. I'll be in spring training in 2 days. I'm going to try to do some videos down there and get some interviews with the Phillies. Yeah, I love Mark Jackson. He might be too comfortable on ESPN. Who knows? We don't know if it's a John Gruden situation where he's happy not coaching. Maybe he doesn't want to get done dirty again. Who knows? But I just very fearful of Brett Brown not leading us to the promised land. Who's our white whale out there? The coach we all want, but we can't have. I think it's Jay Wright. I never witnessed the OA championship. Glad to see the Phillies in the winning spot now. Oh, damn. Really, Jay the GOAT? That's a shame, dude. It was a great time. Oh, God. Hell no. Ty Lue. No. No, thank you. Yeah, Jay the GOAT. This team, I don't think is as stacked as that '08 team because it had a better pitching staff. But they're close. The bats are close. I don't really think we had a true superstar on that '08 team, and now you got a true superstar. You got the face of MLB on your team. I think Harper's going to hit 55 homers. So it's exciting for baseball to start. We got to get Harper down spring training, getting ready, and then the Sixers. Even though it was ugly, we're going to have a tall task ahead of us on Saturday. You got Kerr, and then you've got, now Clay's back. When we played them out in California, no Clay. That's huge. I mean, there's still 4 other great players on that team, but you got to factor in Clay. When they're teamed up with the Splash Brothers right there, when those two are playing together, I mean, who do you guard? That's another guy that could drop 38 in 2 quarters. I want Rose here in free agency if we can get him. I don't know if he wants to play backup anymore. If we beat them all 5 All-Stars, then we're the real deal. I mean, I think we're the real deal. It's just consistency with this team. You got to cut down on the turnovers with the stupid turnovers. We had it lower than usual like we did, more so than usual. We only had 14 turnovers. There wasn't as many that stood out tonight like other games. So I thought we were okay with the basketball, except towards the end where there was a couple of those boneheaded plays. Judge Brett, when he finally got a full healthy team, he hasn't had that opportunity yet. Well, he's got a really great team right now. Gets too many personal drives. I thought Simmons was okay tonight. Pretty good. He was great defensively, and he was great on the offensive glass. That offensive rebound at the end was huge. Oh, yeah, no doubt. But if Embiid played, it would have been a different story, too. We also need a legit backup. We do. We have him in Justin Patton, and we're not playing him for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because he's been up with the team for like 2 days. But Boban's not coming back for another week, and you never know with Embiid. Let Amir sit, give him a DMP, and let Patton get some minutes and work with this team. I really think he could add an element to the squad. He's long, though, and he's agile. He's a lot better than freaking 35-year-old Amir Johnson. Okay, but what the hell is up with Redick? He's athletic. Exactly, he is athletic. Good. I'm glad Jonathan Simmons got a DMP. Give his ass the DMP for the rest of the year. He's a ball hog. He better be in the mix. I don't want them to send him down again. We should have as many big men as possible. Amir might be older than that, dude. I think Amir Johnson was playing when I was swimming around in my dad's balls. Like, the dude is so old. I like him, though. He brings grit. He does try. He'll do anything for a team. He's a team player. I think he'd be a great coach. He's a great locker room guy. But a couple times he got beat. Jonas Brothers. What the hell? Y'all talking about the Jonas Brothers for? Redick can't shoot consistently anymore either. He hit 3 in a row. And he had a lot of ill-advised shots. He was rushing his shots. And when somebody's in his face, he can't get a clear shot. There was a couple times where he was open. That was with great ball movement, especially when Simmons found him when he was down on the block. Yeah, because he's not good defensively. That's why. He's slow-footed. But I like his ability to stretch the floor. And you want somebody like that playing against Steven Adams. He's got to work on that, though. Yeah, I was fine with Bolden, and then Brett stopped playing him once they made the trade for Boban, and they just benched him. He was playing good ball, and I think he earned some more minutes tonight. See, they should have a mix. He's more of a power forward. He's not a center. He's more of a power forward. You should have Boban, Patton, and Embiid on the squad. Nah, we got too many stretch fours, I think, as it is, or too many fours, because you figure you got Amir Johnson who's taking up a roster spot at least. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go after the Markeith, but for whatever reason they didn't. I hate to say it, but Brett Brown might not be enough. Oh no, you're right, Smith and Wesson. He ain't enough. He can't make in-game adjustments. He saw it again tonight. When Embiid comes back, we should run center by committee off the bench. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. It's all about opponents and who you're playing. Sometimes you want a quicker guy like Bolden on them if you want to do small ball. Or you put a young athletic long guy like Justin Patton in there. Or you got the two big bruisers in the Twin Towers and Boban and Embiid. But with Embiid's injury history, you should always carry three centers. Always. And I think he's earned his spot now that he's finally healthy, Patton. I mean, I think he was a key piece in that trade when we got rid of Dario and Rocco. Brett is screwing up Jimmy's game. Yeah, he is. He doesn't know how to coach him. I know. He's in his ear telling him to pass first. He's not a pass-first guy. He's a closer. He's an ISO scorer. Let him do his thing. Simmons and beat Harris or Butler. Who is going to be the one to step it up in the playoffs? No, it's going to be Tobias. Yeah, of course. I think we'd have maybe more than that. That was a great signing by the Celtics. Nerlens, I don't want Nerlens here. I mean, it looks like he's found a little niche. Couple X-Sixers everywhere. It seems like every team we play, there's an X-Sixer on there. But good for Jeremy Grant. He's balling out. He's upticked everything in his game. His shooting is on point. Defensively, he's always been there. He's long, athletic, and dunk. I miss Jeremy Grant. I never wanted to get rid of him. When we traded him for Ilyasova, I was pissed. Thought that was a stupid trade. And look, it's come back to bite us in the ass. So thank you, Brian Colangelo. You're a schmuck. It just goes back to show you that you're a terrible GM and a moron. They already signed Bryce Harper, Dominique. Where you been? Oh, Sixers. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's a multi... Sorry about that. I thought it said Phillies. We're getting the 3rd seed and playing the Nets first round. That's going to be a tough matchup. Definitely going to be a tough matchup. Kenny Atkinson's got them kids playing good. Yeah, but the draft's a crapshoot. So you didn't. Nobody knew Pascal was going to be balling like he is now. I mean, that's like saying, oh, we drafted Ja instead of Zingod. Who the hell knew Zingod was going to turn into any player like he is? You never know. You just don't know. Nothing is a sure thing. Nobody. And we've struggled with guards all year round. All year we have struggled with guard play. That's why we need Zaire's ass to get healthy. But I don't think he's playing this season. Yo, Kings are going to be legit in another year. They are scary. They almost beat, was it the Warriors? They lost by 1 in overtime, or was it the Bucks? Good. I'm glad. I am so happy to see Boston. I watched that Portland game. They look like shit. Brad Stevens was yelling at Marcus Smart because he took an ill-advised 3 when they were only up by 5. Portland was. And they were able to close it out. Oh, he's debuting? Yeah, they said he wasn't going to play for the Sixers at all this season, so... the G League's definitely a great little thing for players to go down there and build their game up, or if they're injured and they got to just get in game time shape. They beat us. Who, the Celtics? For some reason, they're a thorn in our side. We can't beat them. But if they continue to keep losing and we can pick up wins like this, we're going to climb in the standings. They will fall, and they will get out of our hair, and hopefully somebody knocks them out. They just lost, though. I think we're tied for third. Brad Stevens, an overrated coach. Nah, Smooth. He's balling. He's dope. He's a really good coach. I wish we had him. He's a true defensive-minded coach. I honestly don't know who I hate more out of OKC and Boston. Definitely Boston. I don't like OKC either. Damn. They were just 39-21. Did they play today or last night? Because they lost to... Who did they lose? They lost to the Pistons last I saw. Don't know how the Pacers are playing so good. Nate McMillan should get... Yeah, he's coaching them up. Well, when they got Wesley Matthews, that was huge. But they're a good team. I mean, Oladipo doesn't make that team. It's a system. A systems team. That's why I wish we would have got Wes Matthews. But ever since they got him, they've picked everything up and they've been killing it. We need them to lose. I'm praying we surpass them, because right now, if it plays out so we're fourth and Boston's still 5, we would play them. I don't want that to happen. Nah, Westbrook ain't overrated. Dude, that dude's a one-man fast break. He's unbelievable. He's whiny, and he's a crybaby, but I wouldn't say he's overrated. Rockets or OKC? Ugh. Tough. With Paul George, OKC. Wes Matthews declined to come to Philly? Oh, really? Probably because he wouldn't have gotten much playing time here. That's probably why. Yeah, he's a triple-double machine, though. And I've never seen him shoot so bad in his career. He used to be a really good three-point shooter, and same from the line. He's horrific this year. Yeah, I'm happy Paul George didn't play, because we would have got smoked if he did play. Yeah. Well, he got kneed in the face, so that was kind of funny to see. Big game Saturday, though. All right, guys, I'm going to head up out of here. Sixers win in Brett Brown fashion, with your cuticles down to the nubs, bleeding, eyes bulging out of your head. If you're like me, punching the wall and throwing shit at the wall. Yes, it did. They didn't have their best player, and we didn't have ours, so it was an even matchup. But we were able to come away with the win. Ben Simmons fouled up and turned that ball over, but he made up for it with that offensive rebound. So, a win's a win's a win, no matter how ugly it is. We just got to keep chugging along, game by game. Keep winning, keep winning, keep winning. Keep climbing in the standings. I do not want to play Boston in the first round, because we will lose. We will lose. We cannot beat them. We need somebody else to knock them out. So, hopefully they keep on their slide and New York, or Brooklyn, I mean, surpasses them. And they just keep falling in the standing. Let's pray, because they've got a really tough schedule. Really tough. So does LA. LA's got a really tough schedule, too. I hope they don't make the playoffs. But 108-104. Sixers win by 4 points. Harris was great. Bolden contributed. Harris was the beast. He was the MVP of the game. All right, guys. This is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. Big game on Saturday to look forward to. We're playing the champs. We got to bring our A game. I hope Embiid has been working on his stamina, his training, since he's been out for a week and a half. We need him to drop 45 when he comes back. Same with Harris. Let's let them all go off. JJ, you better get your shit together and become the shooter we all love. Ben has to keep the ball at the end of the no pass to Redick. Yeah, he definitely got paranoid and choked and threw the ball away. But that's because he's afraid to go to the free throw line. He's just got to work on his game, that's all. He's young. He will fix it, God willing. All right, guys. Kyle Gaffner with the Bird Birds. Phillies signed Bryce Harper. We're going to the World Series.